This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
Hello, Horror Movie Night. We are here with Martin and Macarena, the directors of Rock, Paper, Scissors, which is playing right now at the Fantastic Festival. Those of you who are listening and hearing that wind, you might remember that I'm sitting outside of the same ice cream shop that I did a couple interviews last year at. You guys made this film. It's an Argentinian film. This is the first time it's playing in the United States, correct?
Yes, that's right.
And is this the first film for you two?
Yes, I've only made a documentary before. Macarena she's a dramatist, you say. She made many theater plays, but first time in movies.
Yeah, I'm just moving you further and further away.
Bring your interview here, and here are the corpses. Yeah.
All right, here we go. So the film to me played out a little bit like a dark comedy. Was that the intention of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So who were some of the inspirations on this? I know there's a lot of like Wizard of Oz elements in this, but I also picked up a little bit of almost like a John Waters-esque vibe, if you're familiar with John Waters. I'm not sure if he made it over
John
there.
Waters?
Yes. I didn't imagine this, but influencias. Pienso que es una versión muy libre del Mago de Oz.
Okay.
We think that it's a very free, how do you say, like a free version or a free adaptation, but very free of the Wizard of Oz, just like you said.
And I think that Baby Jane is inevitablemente una...
It was a reference. Whatever happened to Baby Jane?
I absolutely was going to go there next because I love that movie, and I got that vibe of that campy. That's the word I guess I'm looking for. It's very campy. So I don't know how that translates over.
I was going
to say. I feel like that's
word, and we don't know what.
I was going to say. There we go.
It means sensational and great and
amazing.
Campy.
The best way to describe it would be like over-exaggerated or stuff like that. So I got the vibe that you're going for that kind of aesthetic of something that's a little bombastic, a little over the top, but that's where all of the drama and tension plays out, as well as in that over the top zone.
I never thought in the reference of Baby Jane, but when people said, "Oh, Baby Jane," or make the relation with this film, is my favorite film. So
it's just been sitting there subconsciously
because sick illness. La enfermedad, digo,
the mental instability,
and
psychological
cruel
problems,
and very woman cruel and
Yeah.
You should describe what she's doing with her hands.
She's doing. So think of like Bela Lugosi Dracula is basically what she's doing with her hands there.
Cruel.
The thing that really jumped out at me when I was watching it was the dream sequences and the footage of the quote-unquote movie. Who directed? Did you both direct those scenes, or did some of you, how did you co-direct this specifically?
Sequences.
Yeah.
Como si nosotros dirigimos las secuencias animadas y esa. Yes, they were animated by a friend of Macarena, who's called Jan Korfeld, who worked, he's an artist who makes a lot of animations and music for his own animation. So we looked for him, and he was delighted to work with her friend. Then we talked together a lot about what we wanted and what we needed. We tried to explain which was the tone, and then he got it really clear. Like it was difficult because we wanted it to look in a way like cheap.
Yeah.
Like he's this character who makes these animations. He's not an expert. He's doing it at home, like with a bit clumsy maybe.
Yeah.
So, but I think he really got it.
It's my favorite parts of the movie. It really is. The the green screen effect of her running and stuff. It's unlike anything I've seen before. So it grabs you because it is this really surreal. It's these surreal moments that are dropped into what is, all things considered, a pretty disturbing little drama piece about three estranged siblings and a little bit of torture in there.
Yes, and well, Macarena was someone who I think she found her very with this animation and everything, because she was always, well, we were both trying to add one more thing to it, like, okay, now the keys flying, the different elements because at the same time we wanted to tell that Jesus, the character, he was very imaginative, like he was a creative person, but with a twisted mind.
Y yo creo, lo voy a decir en castellano porque es muy difícil, very difficult to speak, que también en un punto él es como Dorotea, que está encerrado ahí y que ese mundo es el mundo que Dorotea imagina cuando sale a...
Yeah. In a way, I'm translating what she just said, is that she feels like Jesus is like Dorothy in a way. She's trapped into this world, and the world of his own movie is like how Dorothy imagines the other world.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense.
Es detrás del arco iris, ¿no?
That is his movie is like over the rainbow. It's his place over the rainbow.
So how did you guys go about co-directing this? Was it, a group effort on all parts, or did you guys break into, Martin will direct these specific sequences, Macarena will direct these specific sequences, or what was the dynamic?
Well, actually, sometimes people ask if like, as she comes from drama and theater, if she was more with the actors and I was more on the technical side, but actually it didn't went that way. We talked a lot. It was 4 months, around 4 months before the movie. We had a very short schedule to shoot, so we had to be very precise with what we were looking for. So we talked a lot about what we wanted for each scene, each moment. We had a lot of rehearsals with the actors, and then on the shoot, while we were shooting, we were all looking like, you would say, oh, if she was only with the acting. No, she's very obsessive with what we're looking at. She has a very clear mind about the language of film, and we were trying to make the best out of everything we were shooting, but we worked together.
We make storyboard together.
Yes.
We made the adaptation together every day. And he was the editor, so he was in his head very clear.
Yeah. Being an editor for many movies now helps you a lot to get an idea of where you're going and how is it going to work and the flow of things.
All right. So let's deviate from the movie for a little bit.
Okay.
Martin sent me an email. It was a very genuine, lovely email. And after I responded to it, he called me out for my Muppets signature. And pretty much since, we had a bunch of ice cream and talked about the Muppets for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask, are you guys both big Muppets fans? What is the Muppets? Are the Muppets big in Argentina?
The Muppets are big, yes.
Very big.
I think like probably everywhere in the world,
yeah.
I think. But yes, I've been a Muppet fan since ever, I think. And I felt guilty the first time because I was replying to I had 5 or 10 replies for my original mail.
Yeah.
And so it became a bit automatic, like thank you, and here's the link for the movie, and then when you wrote back one more time was that I noticed that you had the Muppets signature, the Rainbow Connection song, which I love. I'm very bad guitar player, but that's one of the songs I always like to sing because
it's my all-time favorite song. Number one with a bullet.
Yes, it's amazing.
So,
are you a Muppet fan, Macarena?
I love the Muppets, but I am not fan like Captivates in Misery. No, him.
I am the Captivating. but her daughter, her 3-year-old daughter, is a big fan of Animal.
Yes.
They used to play her when she was little, and she started like watching things on the screen. One of the two first things that they showed her, Macarena and the father, which is also our producer Javier, my best friend.
Oh, nice.
It was all like a family thing. Was Mana Mana. That was one of the first things she said, like little Francisca was Mama, Mana Mana, Mana Mana,
And Mama.
and she calls Animal. She calls him Mama.
Mama.
I want to see Mama. Mama. Well,
The last question I have is, in the email that you sent me, you actually said that it was a low-budget movie, even by Argentinian standards. How much was in this movie? Because it definitely looks like a low-budget film, but to its benefit, it looks like a low-budget film. It kind of has that, almost like how Texas Chainsaw Massacre was shot on such a low budget, you feel like you're there. And it kind of gives you more anxiety because you feel like you're sitting in the room with these people as everything's happening. What was the budget on this?
it's hard to give a clear number because we had a lot of crisis in Argentina, a lot of devaluation.
Gotcha.
So what was the money then? It's not the same than now, but anyway, it was around like $70,000.
Okay.
Like the whole thing.
Claro, que en realidad ya se le paga a todo el mundo, onda muy sobre todo, entonces plata para hacer no hay nada.
Right, because in Argentina there is a very good syndicate in the industry, in the film industry. So you have to pay for everything, you have to pay extra hours and everything. It's not like we were some friends just getting together and shooting during 15 hours. We had to be very precise with everything, and everyone was getting their money for the job, which is perfect, I think. Está bien que todo cobre.
Sí, the work is paid, but you don't have money for anything more.
Right, the money you get to pay, this money you used to pay for everyone who's working.
Yeah.
And then you have nothing left.
To the set.
We look
Yeah.
the art.
Exactly.
We look the art, the details in. Hello, uncle. I need your.
Yeah, we had to post in Facebook like whatever we were searching. Like, does anyone has this and this, and we do like that. Well, we edited at my house, and post-production was very long process because we didn't have the money. So a lot of friends helped in the way. The musician Emilio and Gabriela Arredo, they worked for almost nothing. It's crazy what they got paid, and they did an amazing job. So yes, it was hard.
And if people want to see the movie, is it playing at any other festivals? Do you know if it's going to be made available anytime soon?
Well, for now, the festival's invitation we have confirmed are Brooklyn Horror Festival in October. Mm-hmm. There is a Saturday, I don't remember the date, but everyone can look it up. And Nocturna Madrid in Spain.
Okay.
Those are the ones, and probably in Mexico. We cannot say more. Still.
But if you're in Mexico, there
but
might
we're
be
gonna
a screening
be in
on the,
Mexico. Yeah, there might be a chance. So that's it. Now we're looking for distribution and everything. What we really want is to as much people as possible to see the movie.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Is there any website or social media where people can follow you guys to find out when it's coming to their town?
Yes, we have a Facebook page.
Okay.
It's Piedra, Papel y Tijera, Rock, Paper and Scissors. And we have an Instagram account, which is the same. It's in Spanish, the name, so maybe you can put it somewhere.
Yeah, throw some links. Yeah.
.film, and that is our Instagram.
Guys, check the description of this interview, and you'll have the links there.
Yes, we hope so. Yeah, we weren't even thinking when we did the original Facebook page in an international chance. So it was strange. We had to change it and add the Rock, Paper and Scissors. Yeah, more than 2 now. So you can imagine it was a very little movie. We were trying to have a good experience and learn a lot. It was when I got into it, when Macarena invited me to work along with her, and I talked with Javier, our producer, and he told me do it as a learning lesson, a great, amazing learning lesson, because this is like the beginning of a road, and then just make the best of it and have a good time.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much.
No, thank you, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt, and everyone who's listening to this and who could bear to our attempt to speak in English. So I hope you edited
You did
this
a great
well.
job. You did a great job.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.